Happy Wash Day Wednesdays, where wash day is self-care and not stress. On today's episode, we're covering everything detangling, to break down the who, what, when, how, all the questions that you may ask in this episode. So what do we use to detangle our hair? One of my favorite things to use is definitely a flaxseed mix. I made this yesterday and I've just left it in the fridge. It's like a gel consistency, which just allows your knots and everything in your hair to melt away. I put a lot of water in mine because I don't like it as jelly, but everyone has their own preference and stickiness, and realistically it doesn't really matter when you're using it for detangling sakes. All you need to do is something that is slippery, and this is very slippery, as you can tell in my hand. That is such a slippery consistency. That is the first thing that you can use. Just a little tip in terms of flaxseed gel, I actually freeze this. I always make more than I need. I usually just need one of these and for my whole hair, and I freeze this for next week if I'm doing my hair next week, which usually I am, and then I defrost it. The only thing is the water and the gel will separate, but I just drain out the water and then use the gel, and it's fine. It doesn't smell, it doesn't go off. I wouldn't, if you defrost it, don't put it back in the fridge, because I just feel like that whole process is just defrosting, freezing. It just seems like giving a lot of bacteria to grow and like germs, and you don't want that on your hair. So I would just say, like, if you're gonna freeze it once. And then in terms of the second option that you can have, which some people do, is in your water you can always make a solution using some water and some conditioner. This is just the Redken All Soft Mega Curls conditioner, which I'm going to actually be using today in terms of in my shower. But I just want to show you that you can make a solution. It doesn't really matter how much, you just put a little bit with some water, and that now is also ready for you to use. I'm going to show you both of these today so that you see how it actually looks like in person. When do you actually need to detangle your hair? To be honest with you, detangling as a whole happens throughout your whole wash routine, and the best way for me to do that is I like to see as I detangle before I shampoo. That's like the main detangling. So, and I'm going to show you how I do that things. And then the tools I like to use is either wide tooth comb. I've got like 2 of these, and then I've got different versions of detangling tools, and today we're going to use the tangle teaser. It does a great job at getting rid of the tangles and the single strand knots and all those type of things, whilst a wide tooth comb kind of works similar to how your hands work, where you can actually go in and separate it and touch all the like different knots and stuff. So you can actually go in your hair and actually like tangle it with your hands with a white tooth comb first, and then you can go in with a detangling brush. I always feel like that's just a gentle approach to it, how I detangle. So I said, you can go in with a white tooth comb. I don't see many people using white tooth combs anymore. Like, I think white tooth combs are such an underrated tool nowadays. Like, I think it does an amazing job, and I think it gives you the less amount of friction. Like, it just glides through my hair so much better and easier. But I do understand like a tangle teaser or a detangling brush is really good for like more deeper detangling, which I also love. But it's not every day you need to use a tangle teaser. Like, you don't always need that tool. So having like this kind of brush is always nice. You don't need to do anything like intense. And then I just go in with my flaxseed gel, which looks like this, and I'm just gonna put it straight into my hair, just like that. And then, or you can just go in straight onto your hair with the gel. So now that I've done that, I can then now go in with my tangle teaser. Always starting off, whenever you're detangling or brushing your hair, you always start off at the ends of your hair and then move your way up. It just allows it that any tangles that build up closer, so you're not like literally trying to push down all your tangles downwards. But if you start from the bottom up, that means you're literally detangling every layer. I hope that makes sense. Like, you're detangling each layer as you go up, rather than trying to detangle the whole layer all at once. Literally, detangling is as simple as that. So now I'm just going to go in with the water and conditioner solution. So I think I should just show you how this works. Exactly that. And the great thing about this as well, that when you use the water and conditioner, is the fact that you don't have to buy another thing. You don't have to buy another product. You don't have to buy flaxseed gel. There are pros and cons to anything. The whole point is to find things actually that work for you. I like a flaxseed gel because I just don't want to use a conditioner at this stage in my life, like at this stage of my wash routine. However, if you don't want to buy extra products, or you can't really afford to buy extra products, then literally detangling your hair before you go in the shower does not take you that long at all. It takes me not that much time at all, which is absolutely fantastic, because we don't want to take long, and as quick as this process can go, the better.